Hey friends, it's Pleb back with a very special video in collaboration with Kat. Today will be the first video of Visual Effects Academy. I hope to make this a regular series in which I collaborate with other creators and make educational guides on how to start and improve your VFX skill. For this video, we will be going over color theory. Many of you are not so good with colors, so today Kat and I will show you how to be good at colors. Okay, so for a quick introduction over some important things. Learning property color theory is pretty much the biggest and simplest way you can improve your effects. You do not need to be Van Gogh levels of color learning, but you just gotta know enough to not be bad. Colors are often more simple than just a plain number. They invoke emotion and can determine how a player feels about the effects you are making. Over the course of this video, Kat and I will show you the path to become awesome with colors. Let's start off with a basic example of the importance of color. It's fairly obvious here which piece of art looks more visually appealing. The picture on the left is vibrant, filled with complementary colors, making the entire piece come together. The effect on the right, however, is all one color, boosted with oversaturated purple tones. The effect itself could be amazing, but if you mess up your colors, it will look like garbage. We do not want to be a garbage effect maker now, do we? Here, another example of bad versus good coloring, using the same effect from the last slide. On the left, you can notice that the effect in the video created by Yuzetsuba is way too bright. Everything is one boring color, making the overall effect kinda trash. Now let's look at that last image from the last slide, but with adjusted colors. You can see that the brightness of the colors is perfect. There are various contrasting colors as well, as complementing colors make the effect come together perfectly. It's important that you can identify what makes something look good, as you can go and remake or fix whatever effect you are making. So I encourage you to look at some effects online and really think about why one looks better than the other. Oftentimes, you will discover it's sampling the colors. Now, let's go over a helpful tip to spice up the coloring of your VFX. Gradients. In Roblox and other softwares, you are able to create a gradient for your color of your effects. Using gradients will almost instantly help improve dull colors. Again, take a look at these two images. Why is it that the effect on the left looks better than the one on the right? It's just because of the gradient. The human mind is kind of dumb, so it's important to create your effects with that in mind. Using a central focal point, luring the eyes into the effect with the simple white color to darker red gradient on the left, we are able to create this initial burst of white on the particle, hooking the player into this effect. Now, you do not need to go overboard with spamming gradients left and right. It's important to look at your effect and reflect if a gradient is needed, because having too many gradients can be overstimulating for the little 7-year-old playing your tower defense slop. So friends, how do you create an effective gradient? The first step is to set a color palette. Identify the core colors of your effect and break that down into a couple of different shades of the core colors. Next, ignore a linearization color transition. Nobody wants to see medium red get slightly darker red. That's lazy bones and will make you a bad artist. Plot points in the gradient to make a smooth, curved gradient graph. Third, consider your lighting and shadows. There's a reason a bunch of effects showcase their effects in a dark base plate. It looks way more bright and vibrant. However, in a real game, you should create your effects in the exact lighting that will be used in the game and use the lighting to your advantage, adjusting things to match it perfectly. Next, use references. Most of us are not going to be the best effect maker or artist, so go and copy the colors and ideas of other better artists. There are millions of pieces of art in the world. Look at some and find one that sticks out to you color-wise and use those colors for your work. Also, just use this Adobe color site to take the exact colors from the image you want. It can also make you a gradient for all the lazy bones out there. Finally, just test and blend colors together. It might not be perfect at first, but just keep testing different things until you get something you can be happy with. Remember, dark colors make the brighter parts stand out more. Your base plate or lighting settings might make your effects worse. If your colors feel bland, try using a triad or complementary colors. Time for the grayscale meta. Shout out League of Legends for this idea. Essentially, you want to view your effects and colors in a value hue range. The brain is immediately attracted to brighter tones, so allocate certain aspects of your effect that are most important to those super bright whites, and the less important particles a dark hue range. Here's a great example of bad versus good. On the left from Kiko, you can see that it's basically just slop due to poor color and hue range on the effect, and it is just a mess of bright tones, making it super confusing of what's going on. Any small details are overshadowed, and you can focus on a certain aspect. Now take a look at an effect I made on the right. The color tones are clearly defined, leading your eyes to focus on the small white part of the slash, while the darker parts are less emphasized, making the overall clarity good for the player. Now, how do we actually pick good colors? Understand the color picker on Roblox. Colors with more saturant are flatter and bolder. Colors with less saturation near the bottom are white and washed out. Colors in between are usually the nicest, and avoid overusing the 255 value colors. Thank you, friends. It was a delight to make this video, and big thank you to Kat for helping create half of these slides. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this different style of video. There will be more texture tutorials soon. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you would like to see next. Bye bye.